The World Health Organization also demonstrated something I've been telling you for a while now, that when you get vaccinated, you get a back boost into the past, which is why it's very important to have that historic immunity from prior vaccinations, where they showed that infection alone is not doing it. It's only giving you very closely related protection, and this protection is at lower levels than you would get through vaccination. While with vaccination only or with an infection followed by vaccination, you are getting a back boost in immunity in addition to protection against more current circulating strains. So, when you have this immune history from prior vaccination, you're going to have some protection, but this protection is going to be lower than a variant specific vaccination. Which, as we see over here, that if you're vaccinated against JN1, you have a high immune expression against JN1, but you have significantly lower expression and protection against KP3, which is a JN1 subvariant, which shows that the further away COVID mutates, the less protection you're going to have. Where the WHO noted that the three major factors impacting virulent evolution are spike stability, the receptor binding domain positioning, and the ACE2 binding affinity, meaning how easy is it for the spike protein to change, how tightly it binds to a receptor, and where that receptor is located on the spike protein. As of June 5th, the WHO estimates that the global prevalence of KP2 is about 15% and it's heading down, and that KP3 is increasing at about 16.5% of variance proportion globally, where they very nicely show the problem here. So currently we picked JN1 as our monovalent vaccine target. This assumes that we're going to have a close diversification of variants around JN1, where you would have that higher level of protection, which has the underlying assumption that other variants like KP2, KP3, or JN 1.23 aren't going to become the next predominant branch and have subvariants that increasingly move away from JN1. Where the problem is, how do we select which one of these are going to be moving forward, or is it going to be something that hasn't even popped up yet? So instead of taking an educated guess, the committee decided that we're not going to be in the business of chasing COVID variants, and that they're going to choose the ultra-conservative approach of selecting JN1, because regardless of which way COVID continues to evolve, it will have at least some protection. But as we saw early on in the presentations, the further away a virus evolves, the less vaccine effectiveness there is. So this approach assures a low level of vaccine effectiveness, but if a poor selection was taken like KP2, and KP3 ended up being the variant that had many lineages and continues to evolve on, that could be even poorly matched than JN1 was. So we can be immensely disappointed that yes, this is a terrible match. We're choosing to have it be poorly matched to current variants in circulation, which is going to assure a low vaccine effectiveness. However, there is still some vaccine effectiveness, and it's also going to bump up your prior immune history profile. So ultimately, yes, you should still get vaccinated. It is still going to be beneficial. It will still have positive effects.